Hello traders, good evening. Am I audible to you? Just let me know. Is the audio video clear? I've just put on a poll. Please participate in the poll and let me know what is your view about the market. Now I marked some certain zones in the chart. Okay. The first zone is because previously this is a zone where market reversed. If you see in the past, this zone market gives slightly a breakout and it moved towards the downside. And this range, this is the upper range where continuously this zone was acting as resistance and this zone was acting as support. All right. So this zone was acting as support, right? Again, from this zone market bounced. So this zone I'm considering as a support. I'm considering if market goes below this zone, then I'll be looking for bearish trade. By chance market moves towards the upside, gives a breakout, it can get converted to false breakout because it is 12,000, 1,20,000. That range is a psychological level. Market can correct and later it can move towards the upside. But only first during this breakout, I'll not be looking for any bullish trade, but after the market correction and then if it breaks the high, I'll expect market to target this level. All right. So with that view itself, I'm looking at the market right now. Just let me know, traders, is my audio clear? Are you able to hear me? Now recent zone is a very important zone from where market has reversed. If you see from recent swing low to swing high, it is almost 0.618 level of Fibonacci. You see this zone. From 618 level itself, market has reversed. I was driving, because of which by the time I come, I was not able to, log in between at 7 o'clock. All right, market is showing some bullishness. Let's not worry too much. We'll focus on each chart. We will see how global market is performing. Let's see all the details. Based on that, any one interesting setup we get today, we'll look into it. Dow Jones at this point of time, it is kind of neutral, just 0.717%, S&P 500 around 0.45%, Nasdaq around 0.68%. So Nasdaq is kind of bullish, S&P 500, Dow Jones is kind of okay at this point of time. That's fine. Now, why am I not looking into any trade is because this zone is acting as a resistance zone, right? Even though the 618 level, market reversed, this is previous resistance. Market is not able to break that zone. If you just mark the Fibonacci level, it will be 618 level of Fibonacci. From bottom, from 618 level, market is moving towards the upside. Now it is slightly facing a kind of rejection near 618 level. Nothing for sure as of now. I'll switch to 5 minutes time frame. Here 618 level, market has given a closing. This zone, previous zone, market has given a closing. If you want to enter a bullish trade also at the zone, too much risk we cannot take. For example, let's say I go for a long trade here, entry here, stop loss below this candle, and target is 1:2. This is what I can target at this point of time if I'm entering a trade. Only reason is because 618 level, sellers are sitting on top. They can put pressure in the market. Based on that, if I enter, this will be the only setup. But I don't want to focus about this. I'll just wait for any other interesting setup. Based on that, if I'm getting any entry, we will plan. All right. Around 46% of the people are bullish. What about others? 7% is sideways, 46% is bearish. So 46% of the people are bullish and 46% of the people are bearish about the market. All right, we will see. Jai Prakash sir, hello, welcome to the live stream. Chinna Pandi, good evening sir. SNK, good evening. Thanks for confirming. Srinivasa, good evening sir. Karna, hello, welcome to the live stream. Ethereum view. Ethereum at this point of time, let's have a look. Previously, this area was acting as a resistance zone. Okay, market corrected. Now, this zone, these two pressure zone we have to focus about in case market holds on to this upper zone, right? And then if there is a pullback, then market has a potential of moving towards the upside. So that we'll look into it. Market has formed a base, market has formed a resistance. Market is just trading within the zone itself at this point of time. Will we traders? Any other interesting setup we will see? No setup at this point of time is giving any kind of confidence. We'll see how market reacts at this 786 level zone. Vinod Reddy sir, hello, welcome to the live stream. Gold view. Okay, I'll share the gold view. Just give me a second. In gold early morning, my expectation was this zone. Okay, this upper zone where gold is trading right now, I expected this zone to act as a resistance. But gold continuously it is moving towards the upside because of lot of global news and things like that. So at this point of time, even though there's a healthy breakout, okay, because of US market pressure, gold is moving, I consider this as a healthy breakout, but I expect some kind of pullback in gold towards before moving towards the upside. So little bit I think we need to wait at this point of time. There's no fresh opportunity in gold. All I can see is gold is just taking support near 0.236 level and it's moving towards the upside. But even if it moves towards the upside, what kind of stop loss it has? It doesn't have anything. Sometimes gold moves on its own because of market pressure. So little bit we have to wait and only then we need to look for opportunity. We'll see. First, let me just look at S&P 500, Nasdaq, all these things on the chart. Is there any important support and resistance level? Based on that, if there is any interesting opportunity, I'll look into it. Dow Jones gap up opening, market corrected, took support at day's low base. Maybe the next resistance for the market will be this area itself, this previous resistance zone. Little above this, the resistance can be This can be the upper resistance zone. So, and support zone for the market will be 44,180 zone. 44,180. Somewhere here. Okay. This will be the next supporting zone for Dow Jones. It has given a breakout. There's continuous movement in Dow Jones. And next, let's see S&P 500. S&P 500 at this point of time, I feel it's there's no other stop loss hunting in S&P 500 towards the upside. So this is a zone where market can show some kind of bearishness. All right. So this is the resistance, and support zone will be, many people will not expect market to go below previous low. So my expectation will be market might, in case it goes, it might go up to this zone. All right. So Dow Jones, let's look into Dow Jones. Dow Jones are marked. Nasdaq, we will see. In Nasdaq, I feel 21,000 is a psychological level, right? Market is showing a bit of bullishness near that. So maybe it can go up to 21,050 zone and 20 this area. This can be the resistance, and I feel the support zone will be the previous supporting zone, this closing level. So basically some levels we have marked on the chart. As of now, you can see S&P 500 is facing rejection, and this one is not sustaining above 0.618 level. It's facing resistance. But based on this, randomly we cannot look into entry. Any kind of confirmation we need. If these sellers are strong, at least up to this zone, they will allow the market to move towards the upside. Only then they might show some kind of correction. In case they are pushing the market towards the downside from this zone itself, I will miss out on opportunity if I don't enter now. So this is a tricky situation. Let me see another 5 minutes. If I'm comfortable with this reversal setup, I'll look into it. As of now, market has formed some kind of double pattern, W pattern. It has given a breakout. Breakout is converting to failure. Here, this zone can act as a retest zone. From here, if it moves, that possibility is there. During that time, I cannot look into any entry. I'll wait for some time. Is India crypto exchange safe? India crypto exchange means, see, I'm trading in a platform called Delta Exchange. They are FIO registered. That means they come under government regulation. That's why I'm using this platform. XNS, other platform, people say brokerage is comparatively less, but still I don't go there, because if they're very safe, then it is easy for them to become FIO registered. If they're not FIO registered, I don't want to look into those platforms. I have not personally tried XNS. Delta Exchange is under the government regulation, so I'm concentrating on this. Can you check Ethereum side by side? Ethereum, this is the upper level. This is the resistance. Market is not able to break this zone. So anyone who's able to, take a small risk here, okay, this zone, and at least 1:2 risk reward, they can try here. Okay, Nothing wrong in looking into this. Just 8 points. For that you will be getting around 21 points. Okay. This is the view in Ethereum at this point of time. Or in case in future market gives a breakout converts to failure, then also you can look into it. Safe traders can wait, but people who are ready to take the trade, you can take it now in Ethereum. This is the setup, 618 level rejection. So too much I cannot pressurize myself. This can be just a pullback. I'll look into it. I'll place an order here. I've taken the entry and my stop loss will be little above this candle. Okay. I've taken the bearish trade in BTC. Just $72 is the risk. In return, I can at least be looking for 1:2 risk reward. See, as per my understanding, the sellers who are here, they are a bit strong. That will push the market towards the upside. After this breakout, I expected bigger correction. Okay, market is not able to break the upper level. Fine, I'll place the stop loss here. I'll be looking for a small trade. But in case market comes to the zone, I'll tail the stop loss to cost zone, and then I'll be looking for momentum up to this area. Okay, this is the view. So we'll see how it goes. The setup, as of now, I'm at cost itself. Other index also, one by one, I'll look into it. Dow Jones is trying to form a cup. S&P 500 did not respect the resistance. It is showing some kind of continuous bullishness in the market. You can see here. S&P 500 is not respecting the resistance. It's showing some kind of bullishness. And Nasdaq at this point of time, it's come to the resistance zone. We'll see how it reacts. Dow Jones, still it is yet to reach this resistance level. So only based on this chart I've looked for entry. We'll see traders how it goes. See, my understanding is, okay, if this is a W pattern breakout, looking at this move, many people would have entered the market. At the same time, let's say I mark Fibonacci levels here, 618, 0.5, 618, up to this zone market can come down. And after removing weak players, later maybe it can decide the upside move or downside move. Based on that itself, I've taken the trade at this point of time. So little bit stop loss hunting market can do, is my understanding. We'll see. But what we will be doing from our end is reducing the risk as much as possible. Can you check Ethereum? I've checked, sir. Ethereum, this zone, I said if you're interested, you can take a small bearish trade, placing a stop loss here. Only 8 points is the risk. Still, I'm okay with the setup because market is not yet given a breakout. Breakout, if it gives, you cannot wait for the closing up above the zone. If market hits a stop loss, without thinking too much, you need to exit. Is Indian crypto exchange safe? That I answered already. So please add me to private group. I have already installed Delta Exchange app before itself. If you installed Delta Exchange before itself, that's a different thing. If you open an account only using our referral link, you'll get access to the group. Okay. Now we are trying to target this pullback. Alright. So too much risk we need not take. Slowly we'll start reducing the risk. Sudden spike, any kind of situation market will come across. Maximum what we can do, we can reduce our risk. That we will do from our end. Today Nifty view was perfect. Glad to know it was useful. Early morning, this was the setup which we discussed. My expectation was market will move towards the upside up to this zone. After this, we held on to the trade. I think my stop loss, trailing stop loss got hit here. Initially, my target was at least up to this zone, but I exited the trade somewhere around this area. And after market reaching the resistance, I think here I said above the resistance you can place stop loss and look for bearish trade here around 20-25 points. After this moment I said my view is neutral. After that market was just sideways throughout the day. Later point of time it gave a moment but that moment I think was post 2 o'clock, so I don't even look at the market post 2 o'clock. Here only when we made 90 points profit, right? It's a good profit. Many people were worried initially about that, continuously market is moving towards the downside. We just missed out on opportunity. But our understanding was as per stop loss hunting, market just trapped people here. After this, it has potential to move towards the upside. My expectation was only up to this zone. This additional move, whatever I got, is bonus. Let me show that to you here. Where is it? Okay, after sharing important support and resistance level, next I said I'm not looking into any trade. Then I noticed 24,900. Lot of put option writers are showing interest. So based on that, my expectation was okay, that is the base for the market. Even if market gives a breakdown, then there is a potential of moving towards the upside. There's the setup which I discussed initially around 60 points, but market gave me, I mean to say 60 points on the spot chart, but market gave me a good movement in premium chart itself. Move as expected, market continuously moved, and then continuously I was sharing update. Resistance, if Bank Nifty reaches the resistance or Nifty reaches the resistance, expectation was to close the trade. You can see what time I entered, what time I exited. Within just 20 minutes, my trade was closed. We captured 90 points. After that, there was no requirement for me to look at the market itself. See, in this setup, market has corrected nicely. Now it's kind of showing a pullback here. How much correction? 0.5 level correction. So it was fine. We'll see how it goes. A lot of thinking goes behind sharing the view, right? Not necessary, I'm not that big of a person to say all my view goes perfectly, but today you can see when our view goes perfectly, what kind of level market reached, what kind of resistance market reached, and when market reached this resistance also, I think I gave this update. Today's a pure price. Today's trade is purely based on stop loss hunting. That's fine. Here I said, I think so. Both the index has reached the resistance. I said it is. I feel it is better to wait for some more time for new setup. Who has entered bearish trade at resistance? You might be seeing a small loss, but I suggest you not to take 10 points risk from the current zone. If 25,100 put option goes to 96 or 98, better to close the trade. Until then, you can hold on to the trade is what I said. After that, there was correction here. Little more, if you look at the premium chart, it moved up to this zone. And only then I said, who held on to the put option trade will be in profit. The first setup was great. Second setup, who entered bearish trade also would have captured around 25 points. I feel we need to have a neutral mindset after this. I'm not seeing any interesting setup because this can be a pullback. After that, market can be sideways, bullish or bearish. I'm not that smart to judge everything in the market. This we predicted based on the course what I have in our group already. This I was able to predict. But when market was here, whatever profit you have, you just book it and go. Already happy with 90 points profit. I don't want to complicate things after this. Protecting the profits is important. Already if you made good profit, why are you going to compete with the market? That's not at all required, right? So based on that, I just closed for the day. I did not complicate anything else. Those of you who's watching this live stream every day, if you're interested in pre-market report, you come to our free Telegram channel. Here you can see every day I'm sharing pre-market report. Morning 8:30, 8:45, I share my view. All right. And also here when market came to the resistance also, I've shared the screenshot. At what time? 11:43. I've shared the screenshot what I shared in the private Telegram group. These kind of updates will be useful for you. You can make use of it. Okay. That's about it. Now traders, here market is playing some kind of games. This is the green candle and I'm getting my stop loss to cost. I don't want to take a bigger stop loss or whatsoever here. And basically when market is reacting like this, it's not showing any kind of continuation. My expectation is to get the stop loss to the previous candle itself. Okay, that I will consider as a more safer trade, but we will see. Now I got it to cost because this pullback can be a bit tricky here. Close to 50% correction from here, there is a pullback. Since this is a risk-free trade, I can hold. Speaking about Indian market, everything at the same time. Am I SEBI registered? No. I just share my view. Exactly 50% correction market is taking. So this can be a troublesome situation. $300, $400 points market has given a moment. I've got the stop loss to cost. We'll see how it reacts. All right, in this particular trade I'm not taken bigger loss, nothing, cost to cost. We'll see how market reacts, because at this zone there has been a bit of confusion. That's why I got the stop loss to cost zone. We'll mark this area and keep. How did you learn stock market? Though only experience. Not experience. Initially, with zero experience, lot of losses I have made initially. Then from foreigners during 2017, 2016 and during the time I learned from them price action concept. After that, when many people started coming to the market during COVID time, price action was not giving that much of success. So along with price action, I'm also including the concept of stop loss hunting. So that is giving us better results. So we'll see. Those who are following me regularly know that already. The first setup just went to cost. No profit, no gain. It made a decent move, but since this was a troublesome area, I did not want it to take too much risk here. Not required, traders. When we know, okay, market can become sideways, it will create confusion. Why we have to take? One more setup, we'll look into it. If I get good opportunity, I'll enter. If not, I'll be done for the day. Here what I can notice is W pattern. Market give a breakout converted to failure. Market is taking support near 0.5 level and it is showing some kind of bullishness, but these are the resistance area and this is the seller pressure zone. So basically market at this point of time is in indecision area. Ethereum, definitely anyone who placed the stop loss here, your stop loss would have been hit. Okay, so the setup, I think for Ethereum, the upper level, final upper level, I'll just share it with you. You just have a look at that. The upper zone is 3,830, sorry, 3,868. Okay, this zone 3,845. Okay, this zone. So anyone who's looking for fresh trade, let's say market give a breakout here, you're interested in bullish, please consider this zone. This area, if there is a high chance market can reverse. So basically, if you've already entered at the lower zone or somewhere here, then you are fine. But fresh entry if you're taking, please don't enter. Already 8 points stop loss we have given. We have taken the stop loss, but here fresh entry I personally will not enter. Okay. So continuation here also it's happening after 50% rejection. $600 points correction, 600 points reversal. I've entered that 3,783 in Ethereum, 3,783. Have you entered the buy trade? If your view is still bullish, no problem, sir. You want to hold on, you can hold on, but my suggestion will be to trail your stop loss as much as possible, because this is the seller's pressure zone. You want to hold on to the trade even after this moment, or you want to, without trailing the stop loss, you want to hold. That's up to you. Who can stop you from taking your own decision? Continuous upside move, 618 level. Let me mark this zone here. This is the final zone. Robin sir, good evening. Pranav Vikram sir, that's what I'm saying. If you have taken the trade, no problem. You're bullish from 3,700 range, 3,780 range. If you have entered, no problem. But I'm saying this zone, you need to be a bit careful. Either it can be a pullback zone or it can be a reversal zone also. What you can do, maybe you can trail the stop loss and go. That is my opinion. You just want to keep your stop loss near your entry level. That also is entirely up to you. What is your leverage? Usually I just keep 50x as the leverage, not more than that. You'll trail your SL? Okay, fine. Global market, I'll have a look. Okay. Nasdaq near the resistance zone. S&P 500 is sustaining above the resistance zone. Dow Jones is yet to reach the resistance zone. For me, nothing interesting I'm looking at this point of time. Let's say if one more pullback at this zone, market is showing corrections, stop loss above the zone, and again 1:2 risk reward trade is what I'm focusing about. We'll see. Global market is just holding on to its range. It's kind of slightly positive. Ethereum resistance zone that I've discussed already. Nasdaq near the resistance zone. S&P 500 little bit bullish, and Dow Jones is yet to reach the resistance zone. I'll show it here only, no problem. Dow Jones yet to reach the resistance zone. Nasdaq already near the resistance zone. S&P 500 is considering resistance zone as support. This, it is difficult for me to judge, but Dow Jones at this point of time, if it reaches the resistance, or Nasdaq if it respects the resistance, I can expect a decent momentum towards the downside. Why am I looking at all this? Because looking at US market is important, traders. So here again another sell position I'll be taking. Okay, who's interested, you can place the order. If you're not interested, you can leave it. So I've taken the entry, stop loss little above this. I'll scroll down, place the stop loss. Okay, stop loss I have placed, entry I have placed, and for this I have to look for at least 1:2 risk reward. My target I have decided. This will be my last trade for the day. Okay, market is facing too much resistance here. 786 level, market is not yet able to break. This was the previous resistance. Market is respecting that resistance, so I don't want to complicate things at this zone. Any continuation towards the downside, market is forming a double top here. Double top here it's forming, so from here any continuation I'll capture the moment, or else by giving a small stop loss I'll close my trade. Okay, this will be my last trade. I looked at S&P 500, Nasdaq, all those things. It is not giving us any confirmation about trend reversal or anything as such, but BTC there is a potential at this point of time. As long as this upper zone breaks, sellers will be strong as per my view. So this zone or this upper zone will be my entry level. If I just keep waiting, the zone market is respecting. If I just keep waiting, what will happen? Maybe if I don't enter here from this zone only, if market moves towards the downside, I'll miss out on opportunity. That I don't want to do. So I've entered the trade, reducing my stop loss, all those things. Now it's up to the market. If market wants to give me a decent profit, it will do that. Market forming higher high and forming bullish candle, but you take bearish. Higher high, you mean to say low high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high? Then what about this? High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then market can form a lower low. Is there a chance for that or not? That market will decide. If my view is wrong, definitely I'll book the stop loss and close the trade. That's it. My principle behind the setup is the sellers who are here, they're kind of strong. They push the market nicely towards the downside, and they have trapped bearish traders. And anyone who entered bullish trade here, this breakout, everyone market has trapped. Above this, if the seller is strong, he'll push the market even lower. So either I have to wait for bullish trade above this zone, or I have to take a bearish trade right now with a small risk, so that if the market goes as per the view and sellers who are strong, if they push the market down, I'll be able to capture the moment. I don't think in this 1 hour live stream I will be waiting for so long where market can give a breakout, retest and show continuation. So instead of that, if sellers are strong, first I have to clear this. So based on this, I've taken the entry. Stop loss is small, target is big. If market gives me the target, good, I'll book the target and go. Or a small stop loss, I'll book that also and close. In the name of prediction or analysis, too much complication we do. Of course, randomly we should not be taking entry, that I understand. At this zone, I took a bearish trade. Why did I trail the stop loss? Because I saw some kind of pressure. In this particular trade, at this point of time, as long as market breaks this upper zone, I don't see any pressure. So if there is no pressure, as long as the market break that will be my resistance area, right? So I'll place my stop loss near the resistance area itself. If resistance area breaks, I'll give the stop loss. I'll close the trade. That's it. as long as market doesn't give a proper closing above this, okay, a green candle closing above the zone, I'm not too much worried about the setup either. But still, why have I kept a stop loss here? That's important because sometimes a wick will get formed. Wick will get formed, it will move towards the upside. Later, after hitting the stop loss, market will correct. That's why even if a green candle is formed, until then I don't want to worry too much about uh, giving a stop loss near this area. I'll consider this zone if as of now it's near the cost to cost area itself. If it corrects, then at least it can come up to the support zone. See, I expect market to come here first. After this market coming here only, then it can come to the support zone. But for the risk what I'm taking, 400 points, okay, if I just consider 1:2 risk reward, my risk reward comes somewhere here. At least this zone I have to expect, but I expect market to come at least up to this zone. Additional movement if we get, by the time it comes to this area, already I would have trailed my stop loss. Sir, I'm getting confused. Should I enter or not? If you're confused, don't enter. You stopped trade on NSE market. No, sir. Every day I trade in Nifty and Bank Nifty. That I do during the morning time. No big movement in the market at this point of time. It's not able to break this zone, and this zone was acting as a resistance. Once this zone is broken, it's acting as supporting zone. You can see that here. So indecision between the buyers and sellers is happening in the market. Who do not want to enter, you don't enter. I consider the sellers who are sitting here, they are kind of strong. If they are strong, they will push the market towards the downside. Of course, this is the zone I have to look as the first area where buyers can trap, second area where buyers can trap. But let's say here, from this first zone itself, I have entered here, right? Now here only risk is around 400 points. If I keep my stop loss above this 6, or let's say near this resistance, it is close to 700 points. That's not my risk capacity. So I have to keep my stop loss in an area where I'm okay to give us a reasonable stop loss. For that I have to capture a decent risk reward. So this is the setup which I'm looking at. Hopefully if market gives me the moment, fine. If not, I'll give the small stop loss and I will close the trade. Now, what is your view, traders? Let me know in the comment section. Is your view that market will break the day, this high level, this day's high level? Or you think market will reject from this zone? From the upper level, if you see market at this point of time, it is facing it faced resistance near 0.618 level, yet to reach 786 level zone. This will be the ideal resistance, but here only I have taken the entry. But what do you think? Will market break this upper zone, or from this zone only it will correct? Let me know, traders. Just let me know what is your view in the comment section below. Market can reach the upper level and then correct, sir. Okay, Pranav Vikram, sir. Definitely, if you have that kind of mindset, you should not be entering this trade. Apart from you, by chance, Pranav, sir, if you have taken the trade, now we are at cost to cost. Definitely, you can exit the trade at this zone. Not necessary that market will hit my target, it can also hit my stop loss. Am I prepared to give the stop loss or not? That is the most important thing. I am prepared. That's why I have already kept a stop loss trigger here. The rest of the things is left to the market to decide. It would be a good idea, would be an idea to let it reach 0.786 level and then sell trade. What you're saying is fine. Until then, we have to wait, right? W pattern I was observing. 1,18,720 will fall, then bearish, else bullish. This 11,18,000. Your market, you're seeing this zone. Here double top. But this zone market, whoever considered to enter a bearish trade, looking at this zone, let's say this trend line, whoever entered looking at this breakout at this zone, this trend line breakout at this zone, all of their basic stop loss will be at least up to this area until market come for a retest. So that's my expectation, because this breakout was very quick, this one. So hopefully people who feels okay, I have missed out on opportunity, whoever has entered bullish trade, market might create some kind of problem for them by at least coming up to this zone or giving breakout below this zone. That is my expectation. I did get a good profit in Ethereum run, so I'm going to continue being in this trade with you, sir. My last trade for the day. All right, cool, no problem. Ethereum, anyways, you entered here 8,700 zone. Your market is kind of facing bearishness. You want to hold on to the trade, whatever you want to do, it's up to you, sir. I'm not saying anything, I'm just letting you know this is a pressure zone. So basically my expectation is at least you tail your stop loss a bit. or whatever quantity you have taken. If you've taken more quantity, book 50% quantity, things like that is my suggestion. End of the day, you will do whatever you want to do, right? Ethereum entry, not right now. Of course, this is a seller zone. Let's say Ethereum moves little more towards the upside. From the upper zone, if you see any bearish trade, bearishness, then maybe you can be looking for a bearish setup. Let's say market breaks this level, it forms a wick. Above the wick, you will place the stop loss. From there, let's say you try for 1:1.5 or at least 1:2 risk reward. So like this, you can look into the setup after market giving a breakout above the zone, and that converts to a strong wick. Wick means what? Like this, wick on top side. Here you see a wick, right? Whatever the example I can give you. Here at the upper level, you find some kind of wick like this, and market is forming a red candle. Maybe with small stop loss, you can be looking for a bearish trade. Yes, sir, booked Ethereum. Okay. There's no big movement in BTC at this point of time. Nasdaq, Dow Jones, in everything there is no big movement at all. After continuous upside move, all the three indexes just holding on to the upper range. If there is consolidation at the upper range for too long, then both the side movement is possible. Not necessary. Only a reversal is expected. This setup market is not making any kind of movement. It's just trading within a range itself. Please tell me a strategy for intraday trading with 10 to 20% profit. What do you mean by 10 to 20% profit? You mean to say risk reward of 10 to 20%? This still 4.5 minutes left for this candle, but quickly only it is moving towards the upside. I'm not going to do any changes to the stop loss. If the stop loss hits, without thinking too much, I'm going to close the trade. How many of you think market is boring today? Let me just look at liquidation. Liquidation at the top is near 1,19,130 zone. 1,19,130. So 1,19,130. That level is there. Let me just refresh this page. Am I missing out on something? Fine. Now market is near liquidation zone 1,19,138. Because of this one slight momentum towards the upside, later correction also market can come at the lower end 1,17,664. So at the lower end, this is the liquidation zone 1,17,666 area. Now those of you who's thinking of taking a trade, market at this point of time, it has given a breakout. Still 2.5 minutes is left for this candle to close. Wait for a bit, wait for some time, and then at the upper level, if you see any bearishness, then you can be looking for bearishness, because upside stop loss hunting market is done. No other stop loss hunting, liquidation market has grabbed, and then it can come to the liquidation towards the downside. Still 1.5 minutes is left for this candle to close. Of course, it will be a pressure candle. Even if a wick is formed taking the stop loss and then market is correcting, it will be a loss trade only for me. That's okay. BTC pullback continuation. Another 50 seconds for the candle to close. We'll see, traders. Global market also is not giving too much clarity about the direction. So only based on BTC chart only we can be looking for entry. See, market is not able to break. Again, it's coming close to the cost to cost. That's fine. We will see. Ethereum, the zone I've discussed, okay, upper level. Market is kind of facing rejection here. From this zone it can correct. If it corrects, it will maybe after correction it can move towards the upside. Later it can correct. So just 1:2 risk reward only. Here also if you're planning, you have to look into, but more safer zone will be this area, this upper zone, this wick you see here, right? Like this one wick, if it forms, then stop loss above that and look for bearish trade. That will be a better entry for you guys. How many of you entered this trade along with me? Monish Arjun, I've already told you, sir, in the group that this is the selling pressure zone definitely. But safer zone is near the upper level. Let's say market forms a candle like this. Wait, let me show that. Let's say it forms a candle like this, a red candle here. And this red candle is with a big wick here. So that big wick is the high level, will be your stop loss. After that, closing level will be your entry. Next candle when it opens, you will enter, will place the stop loss. 1:2 risk reward you can try. That is what I mean to say. SNK entered, Balaji sir entered. Okay. Pranav sir entered. Okay. Those of you watching the live stream, if you're making use of the update, what I'm sharing with you, stop loss hunting, price action concept, what I'm sharing with you, if you're making use of it, support the channel traders by liking the video. It helps me it motivates me to make the regular videos for you guys. Every day I come live around 7 o'clock. So more people supporting the channel, it will be more motivating for me also to come live every day. Basically this is target zone 1. Okay, in case the market breaks this zone, moves towards the downside, this is where safe traders have to book their profit and close the trade for the day. As of now, we are just at cost to cost. Nothing interesting, traders. In terms of US market also, Dow Jones also, Nasdaq also. There it is not giving a sense of direction. It has opened with gap up and it is struggling at the upper level. Sometimes at the upper level, if people enters also, considering bearish trade, considering that area, how much more market can move, then we can expect some kind of pullback in the global market. We will see. If that is not giving, Vijay V explains story, sir. Explains story. See here, market formed a W pattern. Okay, here people would have seen a breakout first, and then at the zone people would have seen a breakout. And here also, when market came to this zone, this is where I considered two areas. This is 618 level and this is 786 level. So this zone, my expectation was either market will hold, move towards the downside, or it will go to the upside and then move towards the downside. Why I'm thinking like that? Because the sellers who's on top, when market gave a breakdown here only, they had chance to book the profit. Okay, imagine they did not book. Again market reversed. This breakdown, many people would have entered. Market moved up, 100 their stop loss. Trendline resistance, whoever entered, their stop loss also market 100. So after that, only stop loss hunting of bullish traders has been done. Since there is no other stop loss hunting level on top, only trend continuation can happen. If these sellers are strong, they will not allow this trend continuation. They will just allow market to move towards the downside. That is my expectation. Based on that itself, I have taken. Yes, I could have waited to enter the trade up to this zone, but already 35 to 36 minutes live I had already done. So in case market reverses from here only, then I will not have any entry which I would have been taken by waiting. In case market without reaching the zone from here only, if it reverse, I would have missed on opportunity. That is why at this zone I placed the stop loss. I took my entry somewhere here. Hopefully my expectation is this will be the target 1 and target 2 will be below this zone, this support. After breaking the support, again will buyers enter or not? First let it reach that support. After that we will discuss about that, because continuously buyers have put pressure here. Definitely this is not a retail traders participation. If buyers have entered here, then maybe if market comes down, gives a breakdown, these buyers will re-enter again. They will push the market towards the upside. That is my expectation. So we are not big players or big traders, but we try our best to analyze the market, thinking at what levels big players have stop loss. Sometimes things will go as per the plan, sometimes it doesn't. But when it goes as per the plan, here you can see what kind of movement. I don't know, this is gone here. You can see what kind of movement we'll be able to capture. In case it doesn't go, how much stop loss? 29 points on spot chart means around 10 to 15 points on the premium chart. So that stop loss we will give and close. The problem is people want to be right all the time. I'm saying I'm okay even if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll give the stop loss and go. That is the mindset what I have gained over the last 10 years. As of now, anyone who entered along with me, you would be in profit. Just get your stop loss to this previous candle. We'll just try to reduce our stop loss as much as possible. Okay. So $71 risk. For that, $230 is the reward. If market gives okay, I think by the time it comes here, we will be making already $110 or $115 profit. By that time, we will get the stop loss to cost, and from there continuation will happen. The entire profit we will take, or else we'll reduce the stop loss. If market decides to take the trailing stop loss, let it take. Any interesting setup in oil? Though it has formed a base. Okay, so for oil, the lower level is the base, this zone, and the upper level for oil can be 66 area. 66 point. The zone can be the upper zone. If oil moves up, this is the upper zone where you can be looking for bearish trade. Okay. Is the market become boring? Definitely it is boring. Even for me it is boring to stay in the same trade for so long. But what to do, traders? This trade at this point of time, it is just at cost to cost. Okay, whatever is the status of this trade, maybe it's not making any kind of move. It's just facing resistance here. If it breaks this zone, it will hit my stop loss. Or if the sellers who are here, if they start putting pressure, based on that, a little bit more liquidity we will get once this breakdown happens. Safe traders can book their profit at this zone. People who want to hold, maybe let's say this trend line you draw, this is the second zone, and final zone is the zone where I have decided my target. So up to this zone, if you are able to wait, you can wait, book the profit. Now market is not moving anywhere. That to 5 minutes time frame candle we are seeing. Global market also I'm looking at, it's not making any kind of solid momentum, or it is not giving any sense of direction. So I feel I'm just going to leave this trade as it is. If stop loss hits, no problem, this is the high from here, or else it will give me the target. You can see what is the risk reward for this trade. Around $71 is the risk, reward is $235. So this is my plan. This is how I'm going to just keep the trade as it is without making any changes. Those are too much worried about the trade, market is near cost to cost level itself, you can exit. Or if you're holding, stop loss little above this previous wick what market formed, and target will be this zone. So if you're interested, you can hold on to this trade. I don't want to waste your time and things like that. Just being live, whatever it is, the further update I'll let you know in the free Telegram group. The link is there in the description box below. If you're interested, you can join. More than 1 hour 18 minutes I've waited, I'm not getting the moment. Then what we have to do, we have placed the stop loss, we have place the target, means simply we have to wait, traders. Nothing else's action is required from our end. How many times will I keep telling about the same setup? Still, am I confident about the setup? I'm very much confident. So against that, what is the risk? This is the upper level risk which I will be taking. Okay, this is the maximum risk. So if just consider that I've exited the trade in case market goes to 1,19,227 zone. Okay, so this is my view. I'll close this live stream. No big movement at this point of time. Market is kind of sideways near the cost to cost zone itself. So who's interested to hold, you can hold. All right, traders, good night, take care, bye bye.